Honeywash Day. Good morning, Chairman, ranking members, members of the committee. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity to testify on this matter today. My name is O.J. Semans Sr. I'm an enrolled member of the Rosebud Sioux Tribe, and I am the Executive Director of the Coalition of Large Tribes. Okay. So, in order to be a member of the Coalition of Large Tribes, you have to meet a certain criteria. That criteria is you have to have at least 100,000 acres of land. And the reason I say this is because of the 575 federally recognized tribes, only a little over 50 tribes meet that criteria. And those tribes actually control 95% of the tribal lands. And I think that's really important to let you know that as we go along when we start talking about cases in Indian country. Today I want to focus on some real practical solutions, but I also want to start off by thanking FBI Agent Director Kash Patel for his focus on MMIPs and his actual meeting with code executive officers back in July of 2025. We also appreciate his Operation Not Forgotten in the efforts to send FBI personnel to Indian country to address violent crimes and missing people. Now, I think what's really important that he's done that is the commitment must become measurable, repeatable, and permanent. GOAT specifically appreciates the Special Order 3450 that launches an Indian country violent crimes task force to strengthen law enforcement conditions or coordinations and protect families, and to confront violent crimes and drug activity in Indian country. The order's direction that BIA coordinates with DOJ, FBI, tribal police, and other programs actually gives Congress here a practical implementation framework for this hearing moving forward. One thing I want to say, because this is about MMIPs, is we have to say their names. Ali Mae Begay, Navajo Nation, MMIP, Navajo Nation. Thomas Rock Road Jr., Northern Cheyenne, homicide. Tylen Valandru, who was a honor student within his school, is homicide, and he's from the Rosebud Sioux Reservation. Savannah Standing Bear, she is also from the Rosebud Sioux Indian Reservation. And just last Father's Day, we had Stephen Lopez, a 10-year-old Pine Ridge boy who was shot in the head on Father's Day while he was sitting in his living room. DOJ must have a full operational partner. Every MMIP homicide or violent case should have a federal contact point for tribes, tribal leaders, and tribal police. They should be able to engage the U.S. Attorney's Office in a rapid response. We should have timely forensic support, family communications, written coordination protocol from DOJ, FBI, BIA, tribal law enforcement, and victim service providers. 3450 should now implement, and I think this is really, now that it's implemented, is really important, is that it has to have tribal governments as full partners moving forward. They know their people, they know their area, and they need to be a part of the system, having federal contact points, written escalation protocol, after action reviews, transparent metrics, and a formal mechanism for tribes and families to evaluate stalled MMIP homicide and violent crimes. One of the things I want to talk about real quick is we saw this problem years ago as the Coalition of Large Tribes, and we set up an MMIW training where we brought in VDAC, we brought in BIA, we brought in the Academy, we brought in domestic violent people, and we had 3-day training giving them the basics of investigations. One of the main things that we did is we started a communication between the states, the tribe, the governments, the counties, the municipalities, in order to develop communication. The only other thing I want to say real quick before I run out of time is VAWA needs to be enforced, and we do have a solution for jurisdictional issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Semans, for your testimony. The chair now recognizes Ms. Echohawk for her 5 minutes.